I need to see a replay of that because I pressed DI 10 billion%. Slow down. Did I press it too early? It makes contact. Okay, I hit her. I pressed DI. What did I do wrong? Wait, I'm actually so confused. Let's see what you got. I got nothing. I just get hit. I'm actually extremely confused. That's the DI, and I canceled. It said counter hit also. See, this is the thing that confuses me. If it was punish counter, that would mean that I didn't cancel my medium punch in time. I missed the medium punch cancel to DI. But it's counter hit. Is DI armor frame 1? Yeah. Isn't it? You have to DI on the last frame in that instance. You're getting counter hit out of your medium. 2 MP only cancels after the 4th active frame completes. So you're saying because my medium punch will not cancel right away, it will not only cancel until a certain number of active frames have completed. I was just the moment I pressed crouching medium punch. Okay, well then let's count. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hit on frame 7. So now that was the first active frame. Second active frame. Third active frame. Fourth active frame. Fifth active frame. So well, there's also hit stop involved. How many frames of hit stop does this add? Look how many frames this is. And I hit it twice. No, this is too many frames, guys. Yeah, if it was with punishing me, it would say punish counter, because this is not hitting me out of the startup of my medium punch. My argument in here is this is too many frames for my crouching medium punch to still be active. Punish counter is when you hit the recovery frames too, right? But how am I still in the active frames? I'm not buying that. That's what I'm not buying. I wish I could view it with the hitboxes. If I could see the hitboxes, then I could easily understand what's going on here. Because then I could know if I was still in the active frames or not. First active frame, second active frame, right? How many active frames does this damn move have? Crouching medium punch, 4 active frames. So if I don't know how much hit stop this adds when you hit them. If it adds 2, then it should only be 6 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I already hit medium punch. 8, 9, 10. Is this all hit stop? Is this... Maybe there's an extra hit stop during DI. Like, it's not 2 frames. So look, hold on. JP is perfectly still here. So, first active frame. Active frame. JP 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So on the 12th active frame, he moves. Or the 12th frame, he moves. So maybe it adds 12 frames of hit stop. But then during the hit stop, I press DI twice. Can you not cancel crouching medium to a later active frame? If crouching medium punch does not actually have the cancel option until the last active frame, then that means if I hit them late enough with crouching medium punch, even if I cancel into it, I'm in the middle of startup frames, because even though I clearly hit them with crouching medium punch and I clearly pressed DI twice, I still have 2 more frames. It only got through 2 active frames. There's still 2 more active frames to go before my DI will even occur. So I literally got screwed over by having too much hit stop. See, these are the things I don't like about DI. I feel like I played the game right. This is the kinks I hope they work out with DI. Because I read that he's going to do DI. I did a DI cancelable move. I pressed DI twice during the cancel window, and it's still saying I don't get DI. I think they should tweak that kind of sort of thing. In the meantime, I'll adapt. Like, crouching medium punch is not a good button to use to cancel the DI. Tweet explaining the behavior. Let's give it a go. Compare the active frames on canceled and not canceled. You can see the crouching medium punch forces you to play out all active frames. Standing heavy punch cancels immediately after the first active frame. Well, let me look at the frame viewer. Okay, 4 active frames. So you press this within 7 frames. So yeah, you pressed it pretty much on the first active frame. And then DI is the purple, I'm guessing. Yeah, so DI does not happen. Yeah, I see what you're saying. You pressed it. Did you? Yeah. So you pressed DI before the active frame's concluded, which is the red. But no matter what, the DI doesn't activate until the end of the 4 active frames. Whereas with Standing Fierce Punch, 2 active frames, you press DI right away here before the first active frame, and it immediately cancels the active frame. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So because there were too many active frames and Crouching Medium Punch forced it to wait, I got hit on this frame, frame 3, my 3rd active frame. If I had pressed my Crouching Medium Punch 2 frames earlier, I would have gotten my DI to come out. That's crazy. That's crazy that you can actually press a move, react, cancel it, and you just don't get your DI. I don't think DI is a bad mechanic. I think these kind of things need to be worked out. I don't know why it's like that. The problem I have with DI is they completely ride on special cancelability as the state for DI. I don't know if that's how it's hard-coded, but it follows the pattern, right? If you can special cancel a move, you can DI cancel a move. I think DI canceling needs to be its own special state, and I think they need to be more flexible with that. So if there's a reason why Crouching Medium Punch is not supposed to be canceled into the last active frame, sure, but why can't I DI cancel? Because it feels like I played the game right. I should be able to DI cancel any of the active frames right away. Same thing with certain like recovery states. Like if I'm in the recovery of a medium and I see them DIing it, I feel like part of the recovery, the DI cancel window should be much later on recovery. I think they should have much later activation for DI cancel and recovery. So even though you can't special cancel, maybe have the DI window start on the first active frame and extend a little bit into the recovery. That way, but only when there's another DI on the screen. Or only when you hit their DI hitbox. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think there should be a special state where if you interact with their hitbox, then your DI cancel window activates. You can do it from the first active frame to a few more frames after recovery. That way, because sometimes what happens is you press a button in footsies, the frame they press DI, and then I poke them with Crouching Medium Punch, the frame they press DI, and it was just, they just guessed with it, right? Then I'm sitting there watching my medium recover, and I cannot DI, even though I'm mashing DI a million times, or I cannot get it to come out, right? And it was just a pure guess. But I understand if they hit you early out of your startup, 100% they deserve the counter DI. They guessed it. But they guessed it properly. But it doesn't feel like, it feels like that's not satisfying. And I think that's confusing for players. So like this instance is super confusing for me. I pressed my medium. I reacted to DI twice within the time frame and it didn't give me DI. Like that doesn't feel right. So I think they need to be more flexible with the DI cancel window than I think would be perfect. It would make sense when it hits and make sense when you counter it. So I think they should extend the DI cancel window. If you hit their DI hurt box, let me DI cancel from the first active frame to a little bit during my recovery. Don't tie it 100% to your special cancel window. I think that's where they made a mistake. Because it feels like a very straightforward minigame, but then you hit all these weird exceptions, which I don't really like. These weird exceptions where it's like, wait, DI is supposed to be the super powerful minigame. You see the DI, you cancel to your DI, you won the minigame. It's like it's a super powerful but super straightforward and fair at every level minigame. But then you enter these situations where it's like, why didn't my DI work way too often? That's one thing about DI I would have to tweak. I think DI itself is fine, but there's a few corner scenarios where I'm like, wait, why is it like that? That's all. Like, that's the only thing I would tweak about DI.